When you look into your dog's eyes, have you ever wondered what they're really trying to say? Dogs don't speak our language, yet somehow they manage to communicate entire worlds of meaning. They nudge us with their noses, wag their tails in different rhythms, tilt their heads when we talk, and even sigh deeply when lying next to us. These small gestures aren't random quirks. They are a language subtle, emotional, and deeply connected to thousands of years of living alongside humans. The truth is, your dog is talking to you all the time. Every flick of the ear, every paw on your knee, every bark or whine carries a message. Sometimes it's as simple as "I'm hungry," and sometimes it's as profound as "I trust you with my life." Understanding this language doesn't just make us better pet owners, it deepens the bond we share with them. Because dogs, more than any other animal, have evolved to live in harmony with us, to read us, and to be read in return. Let's start with the most obvious form of communication: the tail. Many people assume a wagging tail always means happiness, but the truth is more nuanced. A fast wag with the tail held high often signals excitement or arousal, like when you come home after a long day. But a slow wag, especially if the tail is low, can signal uncertainty or even anxiety. If your dog's tail is stiff and wagging only slightly, that can be a warning sign, something like, "I'm not comfortable right now." Think about the difference between the joyful helicopter wag you see when you pick up a leash versus the stiff, sit-aside motion when they're sizing up another dog. The same behavior tail wagging can mean very different things depending on the context. Now, consider the ears. A dog with ears perked forward is attentive, curious, maybe even alert to a sound you can't hear. Flattened ears against the head, on the other hand, often signal fear, submission, or stress. If you've ever scolded your dog and seen their ears go back, that's their way of saying, "I hear you, and I'm not a threat." These cues are subtle, but once you notice them, you begin to realize how expressive ears really are. Facial expressions are another rich form of communication. Yes, dogs have them, and they're often directed specifically at us. Research has shown that dogs raise their inner eyebrows more when humans are watching, creating that irresistible puppy dog eyes look. Why? Because it makes their eyes look larger and more infant-like, which triggers nurturing instincts in humans. It's not manipulation, exactly, it's evolution. Dogs that could better communicate emotions to humans had an advantage in bonding and survival. When your dog gives you that soft-eyed, relaxed face, what they're really saying is, "I feel safe with you. I know you'll care for me." Then there are vocalizations: barks, whines, growls, sighs. Each carries meaning. High-pitched bark is usually a greeting or a request. "Play with me." A low growl can be a warning. "Back off." Whining often signals distress or desire, while a deep sigh, especially when they flop down next to you, often means relaxation and contentment. If you've ever heard your dog let out a long, dramatic sigh after circling 3 times before lying down, that's their way of saying, "Finally, I can rest, and I'm glad you're here with me." Contact is another powerful tool in their language. Direct eye contact between humans and dogs releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone in both species. When your dog gazes at you softly, it's not just affection, it's a chemical bond reinforcing trust. But eye contact can also be threatening in the dog world. A hard stare from a dog to another dog often signals challenge or aggression. Us, though, it's usually softer. If your dog holds your gaze while wagging gently, they're saying, "I love you, and I want to connect." Body posture also speaks volumes. A dog that bows down with their front legs stretched and rear in the air is giving the universal signal, "Let's play." Rolling over and showing the belly can mean different things depending on context. Sometimes it's submission. "I trust you. Don't hurt me." Other times it's an invitation. "Please scratch my tummy." You can tell the difference by watching the rest of the body. A tense, still dog on their back may be nervous. A wriggly, loose dog with a wagging tail, you're just asking for affection. Have you ever noticed your dog bringing you a toy? So on the surface, it might look like they just want to play fetch, but sometimes, especially if they gently set it down in front of you, it's a gift. Dogs share resources with pack members they trust. When your dog brings you their favorite toy, it's their way of saying, "You're part of my pack. What's mine is yours." It's a deeply social gesture, one rooted in their instincts as cooperative hunters. Head tilts are another classic behavior. You talk to your dog, and suddenly they cock their head to the side, as if trying to understand. And in a way, they are. Dogs tilt their heads to adjust their ears, helping them better locate sounds. But many behaviorists believe it's also a form of engagement. They've learned that when they tilt, you react positively, smiling, laughing, rewarding them with attention. Over time, the head tilt becomes a communication tool. I hear you, and I'm paying attention. Pawing is another behavior packed with meaning. When your dog places a paw on your arm or lap, it may feel like a gentle request, and often it is. Pet me. Pay attention to me. But it can also be a gesture of connection. Dogs use physical touch to bond with their pack, and that paw on your knee might simply mean, I want to feel close to you. Think of it like the canine version of holding hands, even leaning against you, is communication. When a dog presses their body into your leg, they are not just resting, they are seeking comfort and reassurance. It's their way of saying, I trust you to support me. Small gestures like these remind us that dogs are constantly reaching out to us, asking for connection in ways that are subtle but profound. Of course, not all communication is positive. Stress signals are an important part of a dog's language, and knowing them can prevent misunderstandings. Lip licking, yawning outside of tiredness, turning the head away, showing the whites of the eyes, are all signs a dog is uncomfortable. If your dog does this when strangers approach, they're saying, I'm nervous. Please give me space. Recognizing these signals is vital because if ignored, they may escalate into growling or biting. By listening early, we respect their needs and prevent conflict. Sniffing and scent marking are another overlooked language. When your dog insists on sniffing every blade of grass during a walk, they're not being stubborn, they're reading the news. Scent carries information about who has been there, what they ate, even their emotional state. When dogs mark with urine, they're leaving messages for others. I was here. This is my territory. To us, it may seem trivial. To them, it's a conversation with the invisible community of dogs around them. Even silence is communication. A dog who retreats to a corner or crate is not just resting. They may be asking for space. Just as humans sometimes need solitude, dogs sometimes communicate by withdrawing. Respecting this is key to building trust. What makes all of this so remarkable is how much of it has been shaped by their relationship with us. Unlike wolves, dogs evolved alongside humans for thousands of years. They became experts at reading our gestures, our emotions, even our faces. And in turn, they adapted their own communication to be clearer to us. The puppy dog eyes, the sighs, the head tilts, they are not just natural instincts, but part of a coevolutionary dance between our species. Dogs learned how to talk to us because those who did had the best chance of surviving and thriving in human households. When we respond, when we pet them after they paw us, or smile when they tilt their head, we're completing the loop. Acknowledging their language, and they in turn are encouraged to keep using it. Over time, this creates a feedback system where dogs and humans co-create meaning together. It's no wonder so many people feel their dogs understand them better than most humans. In many ways they do. So, what is your dog really trying to tell you with their ways? They're telling you when they're happy, when they're nervous, when they want to play, and when they need comfort. They're telling you they love you, that they trust you, that they see you as family. Every wag, every sigh, every nuzzle is a message in a language we're only beginning to fully appreciate. And if we learn to listen, we realize something profound. Dogs may not speak our words, but they speak straight to our hearts.